Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Pedro here again. This time we are going to be tackling the first actual skill on the channel, and it's going to be maxing out video editing or just in general editing software. Um, first video on the channel, I explained the general idea right behind what we're going to be doing and how we're going to pick different skills and just different skills and maxing them out, for lack of a better term. It's the name of the channel. And I explained how, never done YouTube in my life, so that was my first ever YouTube video. I already notched off the first milestone for maxing out YouTube by um, recording and uploading the first ever video to the channel, or I will have done that by the point this video comes out, since it's gonna be like, I guess, a bit meta. I don't know if it's the right term, but um, I just finished recording the first video, right? Like just the audio and the screen recording of the first video, and since I don't know how to edit, I need to learn how to edit. That is going to be another skill that I will be having to max out on. I decided to take advantage of the situation and record myself um, maxing out video editing. So I'm just going to write it out here. This video is going to be maxing out editing. And now we can talk about the 4-step plan. First step, edit my first video, which is going to be this video. Second step, become good at editing. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I guess once the quality of video, um, you know, gets to such a point where I feel like it's satisfactory, I'll be good at editing. Um, receive, receive, or get praised for good editing, I think is step 4 in this operation, right? Because one thing is me subjectively saying that I'm good at editing now since I've been, editing my own videos. And the next step will be actually receiving community praise, um, for, for good editing. And I think polls can be done for that. Like, do you think my editing is good? And if I get at least 80% on the poll, so let's say 80% said, yes, I am good at editing. And then the final step will be, it's interesting, because, once you get good at editing, where do you go from there, right? So if I max out editing, it could be, I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm gonna edit my first short film, and that way I can integrate it into other things in the future, right? As I get closer to these milestones. But I'm gonna say edit my first short film. That's going to be the milestone for maxing out, right, the editing skill, and I think it'll be a fun journey, honestly, um, to see, how creative I can get in that eventuality. So yeah, it's gonna be it for that. Let me see how I delete this. There we go. Get that out of the way. So now we're going to go ahead and actually get into the meat and potatoes of this and do some video editing, while I'm recording another video. So I just downloaded CapCut. I opened it up, and now I gotta figure out how this runs. So you're gonna see me a bit, trying to figure this out as I go. So let's see here. I have absolutely no idea how this app works. Um, Here, special effects. Where do I upload the videos that I just recorded? Holy, okay, this is going to be tougher than I thought. You see, this is why this channel is going to be an adventure for sure. If you were thinking I'm actually secretly good at this stuff, I am not. I am for the purposes of this, I'm a boomer. Okay, so here we go. Import. So I go here to desktop, YouTube. Yeah, okay, here we go. Here's the two parts. So I guess can I select both of them? Let's see. I can. Ooh. Okay, so now we're learning stuff together as we go. So this example, I'm gonna delete this. All right. Yep. Yep. You can get deleted. So okay. Here's the hello. That automatically starts the audio. Okay, that's a problem. So these are the first or the part A and part B. I had to do a cut, which I do mention in this video. I say it's my first ever YouTube cut. But I cut it as I was recording, I guess. I could have just recorded it all in one video. I didn't think as far ahead as going into CapCut. Um, but it says here, drag material here, start to create. So let's move the first video there. And then, honestly, this first entire clip was, in my opinion, pretty good. I'm not gonna do, like, YouTubers do cuts here and there. They'll, like, pick moments where there's, like, a moment of brief pause or a moment of silence, and they'll chop it up just so the video flows better. I yap too much for that to be feasible. I feel like I'd have to cut, like, a lot. And since I don't know how to edit yet, that I might adjust the the maxing out editing later. That might be like a good, you know, milestone or the benchmark for myself thinking I'm good at editing is actually going in and putting in the work of cutting all of those small, like, moments of brief silence just to, keep the video flowing a bit faster and moving better. But at least maybe the people who subscribe to my channel like it to hear a person talk. Maybe it's more therapeutic. I, for one, for example, I watch YouTube while driving, and I just throw my phone in the cup holder and I just listen to it. Um, Kind of like a podcast, maybe, or like an audiobook. Um, or I'll watch YouTube while I'm playing video games. So, you know, if there's people out there like me, then this type of video, might be right up their alley. But I know some people would get annoyed at it. It's just flavor. But at least for me, for now, at least while I learn how to at least Jesus, while I learn how to edit and how the programs work, I think I'm just gonna leave it as uncut as possible, and then there's going to be room massive room for improvement across all fields, and seeing it over time will be funny. A year from now, putting on this video or the first video this first video that I'm editing and saying, "Holy crap!" Yeah, I definitely it had a massive improvement in my editing and in just my general recording and just the way I run. I understand how YouTube works. So here we go. Back to the actual topic at hand. Maxing out YouTube part 1A and part 1B. This was the initial cut I made. It should be, if I did it right, I should have left off right where I cut it. So let's see how that sounds. Toxic manosphere type of way. And then yeah, I guess that would be my first cut. So yeah, you can definitely see the cut there. So let's go back. and see where I stop talking and where I actually start talking again, and then I'll cut it more. Toxic manosphere type of way. And then, and then, yeah. Okay, because I say and then. So I need to cut one of those. So it was like 724. Toxic manosphere type of way. And then, okay, so 726. And then, yeah, um, I guess that would be my 726 to 729 is going to be a cut. So let's figure out how to cut. So we're going to do this, right? And we're doing this all in real time, which is extremely fun. How do I split scenes, crop? Could be crop. No, that's actually for the, yeah, for the quickly. So I think I'm just going to pause here again. It's going to be the next cut in the editing video specifically, so I can figure out how to cut this, and once I'm back, I'll explain it and we'll run through it. Okay, so I zoomed in all the way, and apparently I just have to hit split, right? So I'm at the marker where I want to be. Let me go back here and back on this one. So I'm at the marker and I hit split. And then now there's a compound clip here, and I'm going to hit split here as well. So now there's 3 clips. I think I'm just gonna delete this. And that should work. So now this clip should be where I wanted it to be. So let's see. Let's move around closer to this section here and hit play. I guess that would be my first cut I've ever done. Go back. Let's hear it again. Unquote looks maxing, but not in the, toxic manosphere type of way.
Yeah, we get it, bro.
And then, I guess that would be my first cut I've ever done on YouTube, because somebody was about
The audio is definitely different.
But yeah, it would
That's
basically
funny.
break it up into different categories, and then I would have, either one of each that I'm maxing out at a time. Okay, so that's unfortunately gonna have to be as good of a cut as it's gonna get, because again, I'm not, I am not a video editor, and I have a lot more editing to do. So I think that's gonna be that's gonna be my first cut. It's not perfect, but it's as good as I think it's gonna get, considering how the audio quality between clips is different, because I don't have a mic, and I must have been leaning back in the chair versus leaning forward, which are things I'm going to have to keep in mind going forward until I get a mic. So yeah, that's going to be the first actual video editing clip that worked. I can't believe that actually worked. So now I just need to, I'm going to pause here again, and I'm going to listen through part of the second clip, because as you can see, I used the board, and then I deleted it, and then I went back, and then I did it again. So there's going to be heavy cuts here. So right now we're sitting at 17 minutes for the total video runtime for the first video. And let's see how much I actually cut. So I'm going to pause here, and then I'll come back once I do some major cuts and talk about the finished product of the video. Okay, so that was, or should be, the final cut that I've had to make in this video. I trimmed down considerably. Now I have what will officially be the first ever video that I upload to YouTube. It's completely cut. I added all of the things that I wanted to. I might add, I'll do I think that's the timestamps are done on YouTube. So I think what can I do? Can I create a compound clip of this? I think I could do, yeah, I could do that. I could do just one huge clip, and then I think this is what I want. So now I just need to figure out how to download this or export it. So I think I just lied, and I'm going to pause again for a second while I figure out how to upload this finalized uh, video, and then I'll walk through, right? We'll walk through the uploading process. Um, Although this video is for editing, so it might just be me figuring out how to download the final edit. Um, but yeah, for editing purposes, that's what I did. I did marks, and then I would cut, and then I would listen through and make sure that it somewhat made sense. Some cuts are pretty, severe, but again, I'm not I'm not a professional YouTuber yet. This is the very first time I've ever edited a YouTube video, so if you would please cut me some slack, I would appreciate it, and I will be back once I figure out how to export this clip. Back from the cut, and I have just figured out how to do it. I went here into the menu, you go file and you go export, which, pretty straightforward, makes a lot of sense. And here's the player timeline, right? Timeline 01, which is what the export is. It's 15 minutes and 39 seconds, which is in fact what the video is. So now I just need to name it. So I'm just gonna put maxing out YouTube final cut, and I will pick the file that it's going to go into, and instead of going to CapCut, I'm going to send it into the YouTube folder. I'm going to select this folder, yes. Resolution, it's in HD, format MP4, frame rate 30 frames per second. I'm not going to edit anything of these settings because I have no idea what it would do. And yeah, I'm going to export this, and it says it's going to take, oh, it's pretty fast actually. Um, so yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for this video. I've officially edited my first video. So within, an hour and a half or 2 hours, I have killed two birds with one stone, recording my first ever YouTube video and editing my first ever YouTube video, which means that I am officially on the journey to maxing out YouTube and simultaneously maxing out editing. And I can, put a notch on each of the first milestones. Okay. Oh, hello, starting to talk. YouTube. Sorry. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting journey as I figure out how to, improve my editing and find my own unique editing style. But I think that's part of the fun in this, right? You guys get to see me um, figure it out as I go, and again, it might be useful for some people that just have no idea where to begin or how to begin, because I am on the same boat. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea where to go from here. So, as I figure it out, somebody else is going to figure it out. And that's, I think, is also part of the idea behind this channel. So, if you like what I'm doing, and again, you want to follow me on this journey, or you just want to see me crash and burn, um, whatever it is that you want, like, follow, subscribe, comment, all of those are appreciated. Um, it boosts the algorithm and it gets us closer to different milestones, at least for the purposes of maxing out YouTube. And it definitely serves as motivation to just keep at it. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful time from here to there. Thank you.